this morning I'm going to want you really to imagine walking through time, but we're actually having to travel back through it. The only city in which you can really effectively do this is in Prague, which is located in the Czech Republic. So today I'm going to discuss the past, present, and future of Prague's architecture. It's important because for more than 8 centuries, Prague's architecture has developed from a medieval past, an Art Nouveau and functionalistic present, to a more modern and sustainable future. So, let's begin our journey. The first architectural settlement that was ever recorded was recorded in the 8th century. It is called Mala Strana. This is basically the outline of Mala Strana. It was really a foundation for a town, not really a building per se. And the first actual architectural accomplishment that was built in Prague that was recorded is Prague Castle, built in 870 under the Gothic era. Now, the Gothic era is really characterized by the buttresses over here, the ribbed vaults, the very elaborate tracery, and the large windows. This is a night view of Prague Castle. The next castle that was built was right across this is Vltava, the river. Right across the Vltava river was the Vyšehrad Castle. The Vyšehrad Castle it was really huge based on historic references. And the only reason we do not know what it really looks like is because only remains of the foundation are still existing. This is a rough kind of sketch of what the Vyšehrad Castle would look like. Excuse me. The next big architectural accomplishment that was built was St. Vitus Cathedral. Now, St. Vitus Cathedral is attached to the Prague Castle, so you can see the Prague Castle along these lines right here. And the main thing about the cathedral that's very interesting is it took 600 years to build. And one of the most appalling things to me is that, first of all, it took 600 years to build. And the main architects didn't really design it like this, but over 600 years, of course, the time of architects' design, I guess, can get changed. But the founding fathers of the design were Matthias Vadas and Peter Parler. It is also still a Catholic church that is used today. In the late 1500s, the Renaissance era came to Prague. Now, the Renaissance era focuses on the revival of art and kind of a basic balance of perception. So the Schwarzenberg Palace here, built in 1567 on 3 foundations that burned down due to a fire about 20, 30 years ago before the castle was built. It is located near Prague's castle in the Hradecká Square. It was started by an architect named Christoph, and it was finished by Ivan. The main thing about this castle is the ceilings are painted with the Iliad. In the 1700s, the Baroque period began, which is characterized by very ornate detail. St. Nicholas Church really represents the Baroque period in a very enabling essence, I guess you could call it. The Baroque essence is right in here. I don't have a really big close-up of it, but once again, it was based off ornate detail. So let's begin our journey to the present. Art Nouveau. Now, Art Nouveau really kind of invaded Prague with a very kind of a boom presence. And the thing about it is it's characterized by very intricate linear elements and focuses on kind of natural feel. So you can see the tree on this kind of upper part of this building right here really kind of captures the essence of what Art Nouveau is all about. This building right here was built in 1902. In English, it's a municipal house. In Czech, it's called Obecní dům. Obecní dům opened to the public in 1912, and the main architects are Antonín Bosanek and Oswald Kulíka. Now, right after Art Nouveau came and invaded Prague, Cubism and functionalism came right after. I'll talk about Cubism first. This is Cubism. Now, Cubism basically focuses on cubes. So this is called the House of the Black Madonna. It was built by Josef Bochad for a merchant. And as you can see, it's very cubical. Now, functionalistic era, like I was saying before, came right along with the Cubist era. Now, functionalistic era, believe it or not, this is a palace. It's called Willoughby Palak. Is basically an engineer's idea of what an architecture building should look like. It's stripped down to its main function without any really pleasing shapes. So So this castle, this palace right here was built in 1928. It's currently used as a modern art gallery. Alright, so finally let's take a short trip into the future. Now this building right here has not been built for kind of obvious reasons. It looks like an eye of a sea creature. And the main reason the competition was ensnared is because as an architect, we are required to look out for the future, not only for the environment, but for the public as well. Because you use our buildings, you walk in our buildings all the time. We don't want it all of a sudden tumbling down. We want to make sure that if you guys do take the building down, it's still renewable material. So the main part of this competition was that it was sustainable to the environment. This building right here is going to apparently be the new National Library. Like I said, it has not been constructed yet. It really focuses on natural light, usable materials. It holds about 10 million books stored underground and 5 million books stored in overground. And like I said, it really looks like an eye of a sea creature. It's not very pleasing. To wrap things up, in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I've taken you through the past, the present, and the future of what Prague's architecture looks like. Now, I've only scratched the surface. There's probably hundreds of buildings that really were built in Mala Strana, in the vicinity of Prague Castle, and on Skansen Square. And so I really do urge you all to go and travel to Prague and literally walk through history. Now, before I officially close, I do want to acknowledge all of my references. All my information came from traveling websites and historic websites. For example, Formers, Prague Experience, eArchitect, Prague.net, stnicholas.cz, and PragueWelcome.cz. Thank you.